everybody. I'm sitting here in the parking lot of a grocery store where we now live in Florida. So it's lit here by the parking lot like street lights, so I have a lot of shadows on my face. I'm sorry about that, but I really just wanted to capture this realization that I've been having, and really a revelation of the Lord about the way that He has confirmed His word that He gave me 2 years ago. I wrote a song shortly after having a breakthrough, spiritually, a spiritual breakthrough, when I was at my lowest, and the Lord really rescued me in a miraculous way, restoring my hope and renewing my purpose. So after 10 years or more not being able to write any songs at all, I began writing songs again after this breakthrough took place. I set my spirit free, it set my heart free, and it gave me a song to sing again. It's really sad and disturbing to think about the fact that myself being a singer and a creative at heart and by design, that I was going through life in such a depressed state to the point I didn't even realize it. I did not know I was depressed until it was lifted off of me. And to not be able to sit down and write a single song, no matter how hard I tried, it's against my nature. It's not who I am. If you're someone who knows me closely, then you know how opposite that is to who I really am and how I actually function. Anyway, it's been such a freeing last couple of years, being able to write songs again, and for God to be able to show me things in the way that I actually can see what He's trying to say. So I wrote a song. The first few lines of the song, really the chorus or the hook, is follow the light into the green, into the blue sweetness of peace. And it's really cool that the color words came to my mind when I was writing, but it was in my spirit and I was writing from my heart, and that's just what flowed out when I began to sing, or when I began to write. Actually, I was drawing this in a picture because I couldn't quite get the words to what I could feel or sense in my spirit. So at the time, we lived in a house that had a chalk wall, so I began to draw with chalk using colors, and like just to put an image to what I was seeing and sensing. And then as I was using the chalk to draw what I saw in my mind's eye, these words and this melody began to flow just with ease. It was a pretty incredible songwriting experience because I had never done that before. Drawing and coloring and having that bring out the words and the melody that was in my heart and my spirit. And here we are 2 years later, living in Florida, and life is so beautiful. We've only been here a few weeks, and it's not just because we live by the ocean, but that's really a huge bonus in the way that God is blessing us. I feel like we've walked into the promised land and we've barely even discovered it yet. The goodness of God, the simplicity of life. And my husband and I were actually on a spontaneous date night tonight because family stepped in and offered it to us, and of course we went for it. When you suddenly get free childcare, parents out there know what I'm talking about. So we were just reflecting on how good life is in just a few short weeks, like obligations that were not necessarily benefiting us, but stealing all of our energy and our time, and we're just in this place, like, it feels like God has given us an open book to walk into. Like a clean slate, but even better than a clean slate. God's goodness and His blessing are so wonderful and so far beyond what we could have imagined or thought to ask. And that's just what I'm sensing. I'm overwhelmed and overcome with the wonderful. I don't even have the words right now to describe how grateful I am. And what was scary to think about uprooting our lives. Those of you who know that we just moved from the Midwest, from Kansas City, Missouri, all the way to Palm Coast, Florida. And when it became a decision we needed to make, it happened quickly. And I'm so glad that we obeyed God. And we're just in this place now that I have this time that I didn't used to have in my day to be able to seek after Him. And it's just been so good. I'm gonna have to share more later because I actually still need to go into this grocery store. I told you I'm in the parking lot. But I felt like I needed to share that. But I wrote that song. That's what I really came here to say, is a song I wrote 2 years ago. And even the spiritual breakthrough I had right before being able to write that song was only the tip of the iceberg and the beginning. Whew, man, the beginning of what God was bringing us into, to step into. And now we are in this new place of residence. We did follow the light into the blue of the ocean and the sky, and peace of God, and the green of the luxurious blessing God has in store, and the beautiful green grass that we do see here in Florida. Maybe it's because it's the swamplands, I don't know, but the green, the Bible talks about in Psalm 23, He leads us beside still waters and restores my soul. He leads me into green pastures, and of all of His goodness, my cup runneth over. Anyway, but that song 2 years ago is fulfilled now, and I'm only seeing the beginning of it for myself and my family, and I'm so grateful and blessed. So there's more to come and more to share later as God continues to reveal His plan and His purpose, and I know we're here on assignment. I'm looking forward to how that begins to take place and open up as we make connections with people here. It's happening quickly. That's all I can say. Well, y'all have a wonderful evening, and thanks for listening. God bless.